afternoon. Excuse me. I hope everybody is having a great and awesome day. My name is Jewel Martin. I am the CEO and instructor of Jumpstart with Jewel. We provide educational and tutoring services to adolescent and adult students. We cater to students who need personalized assistance. It can be a student that may have ADHD or autism, or it can be a student that thrives in a one-on-one environment. So we're here to service those students. We're happy about it. So I hope everybody's enjoying their day so far. And right now you're just seeing the flyer for the upcoming class that's coming up next week, Becoming Fantastic with Fractions. It starts on November 24th. This course is a small group course. It runs 8 sessions. Starts on November 24th on a Tuesday. It's going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Of course, we're going to skip Thanksgiving next week, but it starts next Tuesday the 24th. Classes from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, it's a small group online course. We'll be going over different topics concerning fractions, such as adding and subtracting fractions, like denominators, unlike denominators, equivalent fractions, mixed numbers, and so many more. So if you're interested in class, go to my website, www.jumpstartwithjewel, and you can find more information and sign up for the class. They even have on the website, it shows you exactly what is in the class, the actual class syllabus. So go ahead and check it out, okay? So here we go. Today we are going to go over, let me switch my screen over. We've been working with fractions, we've been working with multiples, factors. So today, let me move this over. We're doing multiples, the least common multiple, finding the least common multiple. If you're in school now, or maybe you're an adult and you have kids and you've been hearing about multiples and factors, finding the least common multiple, that occurs when you have 2 or more numbers. And what that is, they have a shared multiple. They have the same multiple. If you remember before, when I was teaching on multiples, multiples are basically, it's the answer, also known as the product of 2 numbers that are multiplied together. So for instance, 2 times 4 is 8. While 2 and 4 are the factors, 8 is the multiple. 8 is a multiple of 2. It's almost like skip counting. We used to be in school. When I was in school, we called it counting by 2s, counting by 5s. Now they call it skip counting. So if you skip count it, let's say by 5, skip counting by 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Those numbers, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, those are the multiples of 5. So when you're trying to find the least common multiple, there's 2 different ways to find it. You might hear least common multiple, or you might hear lowest common multiple, also known as the LCM. So there's 2 ways to do it. One way, you can list them. And that's what we'll do now. We'll list them. List them is just writing them out. Like if you're skip counting in your head, or you're doing the multiplication facts in your head, you're just writing them out. So for instance, let's see, on my first example, we have, make sure my volume is down. On my first example, we're going to look at the numbers 24 and 36. 36. So if I list them, what are the multiples of 24? So you got to think of 24. The multiples of 24 would be 24, 48. It's just that like either you're adding 24 together, or you're multiplying 24 times 2, 24 times 3, 24, 48, 72 is the first 3. And then for 36, multiples of 36, of course, it's going to be 36, 36 times 2, 72. 36 times 3 is 108. So whenever you see the same number, that is the common multiple. The least common multiple, the smallest common multiple that 24 and 36 have together is 72. Now, if we wanted, let me click off of this for a minute. Let's say we wanted to do it the other way. There's another way to find the least common multiple, and it is through prime factorization. Some people, we used to call it, I think we called it factor trees back in the day. It looks like a tree. So let's say right now we just have these two numbers, 24 and 36. So what you do, you put down the factors. What are the two numbers that you can multiply together to give you 24? I usually try to use the biggest number, like one large number and one prime number, or one prime number and one composite number. A prime number is a number that its only factors are 1 and itself. So a prime number, of course, for 24 is going to be the number 2, because the only factors 2 has is 2 and 1. And so the other factor opposite of 2 is going to be 12, because 12 times 2 is 24. So 2 is a prime number. We can't go any further. We can't break that down into any more factors. But 12 has more factors. So what are a couple of factors of 12? You can use 2 times 6 is 12, or you can use 4 times 3 is 12. So in this case, I'll use 6 and 2. 6 and 2. There's my 2 again. It's prime. There's nothing else I can do with that. But with the 6, I can go even further and make more, pull out more factors of 6. So what are the two factors of 6? What two numbers do you multiply together to give you 6? 2 and 3. So those are the factors of 24. I don't know why that thing just moved. Let me see if I can undo it. Nope. There we go. Let me see if I can fix it. It jumped on the screen. Okay. Hopefully it won't do it again. So in 36, again, I'll pick two factors that one will be prime, meaning it won't have any other factors but one in itself, and another number. So for 36, I'm thinking 2 and 18. 2 is prime. No more factors can come through that. But 18, there's a few factors for 18. There's 6 and 3. 6 times 3 is 18. And also 9 times 2. So in this case, I'll do 9 times 2. Now, 2 is prime. 9 is not prime. 9 is a composite number because it has other factors besides 9 and 1. So the other factors of 9 are 3 times 3. So when you look at your list of, once you've done your tree, your prime factorization, the way to determine the lowest common multiple, you look at all your prime numbers, and usually you might see where people circle the prime numbers. You can do that too. These are all the numbers that there's no more factoring can be done. So to find the LCM, you look at the numbers, look at each number, and how many times were the factors listed? What's the most times that the factors was listed in each number? So 24 and 36. So in 24, let's see, the number 2 is listed 3 times. Got a 2 here, a 2 there, and a 2 there. In 36, 2 was listed 2 times. So you would list it the same amount of times that it was listed the most times in one number. So since it was listed 3 times in 24, when we're determining what our LCM is, we're going to list it 3 times here. So it's going to be 2 times 2 times 2. Since in this one number, it was listed 3 times. And then the number 3 is the other factor. 3 was listed once here in 24 and then twice in 36. So because it was listed the most times, which was 2, we'll put it here 2 times as well. Times 3 times 3. Now what you do, you multiply them all together, all these numbers together. When you multiply them all together, it's going to give you your LCM. Now, since we already listed the LCM, we did it another way above, we already know that it is 72. But we'll go ahead and do it anyway. So let's multiply these together. Hey there on Periscope, how are you? So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And 24 times 3 is 72. And that is how you determine the LCM 2 different ways, either by listing it or by doing a factorization, prime factorization, doing the factor tree. So, and even if you had 3 numbers, you would do the same thing. Sometimes I think as you get into the higher grades, maybe middle school, 7th grade, 8th grade, that's when it becomes a little more challenging, and you may have to find the least common multiple or even the greatest common factor of 3 numbers. You would do the same thing. You would either list all 3 numbers or you would do prime factorization for those 3 numbers. So have an awesome day. I hope this was helpful. And again, don't forget, go to my website, www.jumpstartwithjewel. Check out the details on the class, Becoming Fantastic with Fractions, that starts next week on Tuesday, November 24th. 8 sessions are available, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have a question about anything, you can always send me a message in my inbox, or you can send the message through the website, okay? Take care and have a great day.